It is so amazing to be here once again. And let's just get straight to it, right, Jacob?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so what are you up to?
All right, so this is who was in our class yesterday? Is anyone here that was here yesterday? So we had to end a little bit abruptly because we only have 45 minutes. So I didn't get to show the end result of my haircut. I talked a lot about how I cut in the salon, and right now I'm cutting with a razor and with a scissor, probably about 50-50 scissor razor for my clientele. And we cut this haircut with all with a straight razor on wet hair. And we use round graduation and a little bit of disconnection to make things a little bit more interesting. So right now we have in the front something that is a really popular kind of pixie cut style that everyone's wearing right now, wearing the side shorter and something longer on top. We used over direction to our left side to create kind of a short to long asymmetrical look for her. And we used our razor to create a little bit of softness and movement so she can have all this like nice texture. And it can really look nice no matter what she does with it or how she wears it. And then if we look through the back, we created a little bit of disconnection working with some tails, which is kind of an old school thing. Whenever I was like first doing hair, maybe, not that old school, I guess I'm not that old. But whenever I was first doing hair back in like 2007 and 8, I was cutting a lot of tails. And I mean, like all my friends were like super emo in the scene, and we were doing like a lot of tails, a lot of like disconnections and stuff hanging off. So I thought it would be kind of cool. She mentioned that like she had a disconnect on the top at first, and she mentioned that she really loved how it hung over. So even though we were going shorter, I thought we could work with the tail. We over-directed and used this corner as a guide so that it connects a little bit through here, but then as it comes around the crown, it will contour around the head shape and then give us something soft that hangs over that can be fun and different, but still tasteful and has a really nice aesthetic. Yeah, that was my model from yesterday. I hope you guys like it. What do you think? Do you like her cut?
Looks beautiful, Jacob. All right,
Very
so
effortless.
this is my pre-done model from yesterday that you guys saw for those that were here. Who was here again? Okay, cool. And so less than half, but that's cool. I'm glad that you guys are back because we're teaching all new techniques today. But I just want to show you again, this is my bold and blended technique and how beautiful her color is. This full application, and I'm not exaggerating because I was major crunch time, took me 20 minutes to do. Like literally, it was so crazy. But yet, you guys can see how insanely transformed her color is, right? And how gorgeous her tone is. And I used many different formulas in her color. I used Joico Intensities because, again, going back to people wanting to come back to you, why? It's because you have to know the formula. So if you create this unique formula and use more than one tone, they're going to come to you because they can't go to the salon, some other salon. They can't go to a store and buy the color. They're going to have to come to you in order to get that same color result, right? Beautiful color. What do you guys think? Gorgeous, right? All right, so let me go show you guys my model.
This is my mom.
This is my mom.
She had me when she
was yeah. So we kind of match, actually. And this is actually my model from on stage yesterday. So for those that you guys were here, now you can see the actual finished result. And look at, again, how gorgeous that tone and that blend is. Beautiful, right, guys? Now, let me show you, because this is what I always do, and you guys know, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm doing the larisadoll hand type of thing, okay? Let me show you. So I go in, and that way you guys can see all that beautiful, dimensional, gorgeous blend. Now, I left her natural base as is, and I'm a huge advocate for that. For those clients, also you have to know the type of client that you have. But for those clients that can't come in every, 6 to 8 weeks or don't have the money or the time, it's a great way of leaving their natural base. So that way when it grows out, it can grow out really nicely and beautifully, and you won't have that harsh demarcation line. But what I love about the Joico Intensity is that even though I left her natural base, it still grabbed onto her color. She was a natural like level 7, I should say. So if you're a natural level 7, you can apply a Joico Intensity, and even though it's slightly darker, it still gave her that nice warm pigment tone, okay? And for her formula, I use Fiery Coral plus Orange on her teardrop, and on her mid to ends, I use Yellow plus Mauve, plus Bronze to add a little bit more of like that metallic-y hue to the yellow, and that like really that crazy pop of yellow, yellow, yellow. Just something a little bit different. And again, this will make your clients come back straight to you because no one else will know that formula. So what do you guys think? You guys love her hair color? Gorgeous, right? All right, and then my last model, and this is what I will be teaching today, which is my pick-me-up technique. And yes. And basically, this is for the clients that either can't afford a full service, want something that's just face framing around the hairline. Our moms don't have time to come back all the time. And also, it's a great way of bringing up the balayage from my previous technique that I did, which was the bold and blended technique, or my harigami technique, or any balayage that's grown out. This is a really great way of bringing up that balayage for your client and giving her that gorgeous face framing. And again, I want you guys to see that beautiful blend. And what I did was I brought up her highlights all the way up, but then I went in and gave her a nice shadow root teardrop formation. So you can see that there's a lot of dimension going through her hair. I love this cameraman. He's just like really at it. I love it. But that, yeah, it's still very bold around the hairline, okay? And that's what we're going for. We want that nice face frame color, and then that nice blend and that gradual blend all the way through. So you guys can see how gorgeous her color is, how dimensional, and of course, that blend don't lie. All right, you guys love it? Awesome. All right, Phil, so what are you guys up to?
All right, so I'm here to give you guys a little bit of creative color inspiration. Most people know me for pixelated hair color, and so that's not something that I usually teach at hair shows, but I'm super excited to start teaching it, kicking it off here in Premiere Orlando. Who's excited about that? Yeah. So we get it. I can teach you how to balayage, I can teach you how to foil, but this is the inspiration that I wanted to teach you guys at this show, is how to create hard lines in the hair. And whether or not you use how to create hard lines in the hair in the salon, you're going to be able to take the same techniques and reverse them and be able to create really soft lines. So when we think about creating hard lines in a haircut, we hold at no elevation and no tension. And with hair color, we can do that same thing. The difference is that I like to use some tools to help make sure that it's perfect every time. So this, even though it looks like the color was really staggered, it's actually very simple placement. If I hold it out to the side, you guys see how sharp those lines are? And then you can lay it down. And you can actually even, where's the camera guy? You can actually even change the pattern, because the pattern's inside. A lot of people look at pixelated hair and they say, well, that's only going to look good if their hair doesn't move. But the more that you move it, the more different looks that you get. You guys see that?
Amazing.
Looks okay? That looks okay?
It's all right, Phil, I guess.
So when I started to do this, I was doing it freehand, and it was okay, but right here at the edges, I would always get a really warm blend from this one to the next one, and sometimes the little hairs would lift up when you're painting with the brush. So I actually use address labels, and address labels are great because they have awesome, the density of them is really nice, so they don't fold, they don't bend, they're not staticky like regular tape is. Although you could use regular tape, I totally recommend that. And these patterns are so simple. It's all just straight lines in the hair, and you get the pixelated look from the amount of these lines that you put in the hair perfectly and the placement.